kind of a funny story. I guess I really haven't noticed or paid attention until one of our lovely members of the customer service staff team pointed it out to me. But apparently, I've been saying hospices, and it's just hostis. Not hospices, not hospice, not hostici, just hostis. Sorry, whoops, my bad. Our grass clippings slash overseeding slash experiment still doing its thing. If I see any results from this, it's probably gonna take a little bit of time and I just have to continue to wait patiently. Something I'm not good at. Yeah, we're throwing down some more organic fertilizer today for a few reasons. Numero uno, I've waited the appropriate amount of time since my last application to today's application as recommended by the product label that I'm using. Number two, I just want to keep crushing the competition around me and make my yard as green and beautiful as I can. And number three, we wanted to throw out there a quick tip when it comes to applying fertilizer. Our customer service staff gets phone calls all the time asking how to apply fertilizers in the yard. And I've already made a video on this where I go into detail about how to choose a fertilizer, how to apply it in the yard. I'll link that video in the description below. But the tip that I wanted to cover in this video will deal with the actual spreader passes you're going to make in your yard. Let me explain. When you're making passes through your yard, the goal is to have the granules throw back to the first tire mark of your spreader. But how do you measure that and how do you keep track? Well, if you get out early enough, you still got a nice light dew resting on the lawn. And that is key to make sure that those granules are getting tossed back to that first tire mark. You can visibly see it because of the dew, and you can track and make sure that your passes are wide enough to make sure you're getting the nice uniform coverage that you need. So let's get to it. First and foremost, made the trim pass around the whole yard, but what I wanted to point out is you can see that because of that dew that's on the ground, I can visually see my tire marks really well, right there and right there. So now when I start making my passes, I'm just gonna make sure that my granule is getting thrown to this first tire mark to make sure I have a nice, uniform, even application over the whole yard. That should give you a clue or indication as to how much dew is in my yard first thing in the morning. The other thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and something we should start planning on, even though it still feels like it's 1,001 degrees outside, we need to start thinking about fall. It's really not that far away. We're about a month and a half, 2 months out from the yard starting to go dormant. So we need to start thinking about and wrapping our heads around the idea of aerating and overseeding. If that's what we're gonna do, I'll probably do that in my backyard and on the side with the Bradford pears. We also need to think about the pre and post emergence we need to use and start looking at finding and buying those. We need to consider all that stuff because fall really is right around the corner. And I'll most certainly make a video when that time comes to discuss what we need to do for our yard going into the fall time. I also want to give a big thank you to everyone that commented on our last video. In that video, I asked what are some of the subjects that you would like for us to try and tackle in this lawn series. We got some really great feedback. We got some great suggestions. We're gonna take it all in, take it into consideration, and try and formulate some plans and ideas on how we can tackle those subjects for you. So thank you. And with that, that's it for this video. If you have any other further questions on what I talked about today, leave them in the comments section below. Email the customer service staff or pick up the phone and give them a call. You know the routine, right? By now you know the routine. Something I haven't asked you to do, hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and I hope you'll continue to follow along with me as I learn what it takes to do my own lawn care. If you're not already, click this button to subscribe to the channel. You can click this playlist to see all the videos in the Do My Own Lawn Care series, and click this playlist to see all the videos in the Do My Own Gardening series. And as always, thanks for watching.